Visit Mando at the Roosevelt room, bro, I can't say it.
Today,
Roosevelt
Junior.
room in downtown Austin, Texas. Welcome back to Spirits Collective.
I'm Adan.
And I'm Alex.
And this is a show where we all learn to drink together.
And today we're joined with our buddy Armando.
Hey guys.
And we're drinking some Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. So this is Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. It is 45.2% alcohol or 90.4 proof. The mash bill for this is 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley. Typical with Woodford products, there is no age statement, but it is aged at least 4 years. And that's it. That's Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Anything else you guys know, leave it in the comments.
Bottle design. Adan, I'll let you take it away.
So for me, like before I ever even did this, I always hated the bottle design for Woodford. I mean, I think the shape is weird. It looks like something you would drink during a freaking revolution or something, right? Like French Revolution or some shit. I don't know. To me, it's not really. It doesn't appeal to me, the bottle design.
Yeah, I'll agree with you guys. I'm not too into it. I'm just familiar with this brand because of a movie I saw. The guy from Dark Knight Rises, who's trying to use
Bale?
Bane. No, he's using Bane. He's like the Wall
Tom
Street
Hardy?
guy. No. Anyway, he's in a movie where Ryan Reynolds is like, "Oh, do you guys have Woodford Reserve?" He's like, "Yeah, but it's, you gotta pay for it because casinos, liquor's free."
Yeah.
So that was my introduction to Woodford. Is okay, Woodford is something more, bougie or whatever.
Woodford's one of those brands that I know a lot because of the Kentucky Derby. If you guys don't know, Woodford is the official bourbon of the Kentucky Derby. So every mint julep you get there is with Woodford. Big Kentucky heritage brand. And I always associate it with if you picture a Southern gentleman drinking bourbon, I picture him drinking Woodford.
I guess
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's exactly. I guess that's that's kind of like what I was.
Well, you were trying to say, but did not.
French Revolution. Gotcha. I don't know. So we've tried the original version of it, or what's it called,
the standard,
just regular
standard
Woodford Reserve, and I personally did not think it was anything special. Have you tried it?
I've tried Woodford over the years. I think it's one of those bourbons that it's a hallmark of bourbon. I don't think it does anything crazy or special. It's just good bourbon whiskey.
This is Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Cork pop sound.
There's got to be a whole ASMR YouTube section of just bottle stuff.
We'd be there.
It's one of the best parts of opening a new bottle is
the things that kind of go down the glass. That's a leg, right?
tears or legs.
Yeah, I will say in tasting spirits, it's not something that we ever really pay attention to. It's more of a wine thing, and I'm not a wine guy, so I can't tell you what that pertains to. But in spirits, I've never found it to be helpful.
Me.
I'm glad we just
fucking
do
talk
it briefly.
about it.
Yeah, let's get in there. All right.
And I guess
The more you know, collectors.
I guess to give you guys some context, I am a bartender at a bar in downtown Austin. I've spent close to a decade in this industry, tasting, making drinks. I've done certifications for spirits tasting, blind tasting of all genres of spirits. That's kind of what I do for a living.
Go ahead and name drop.
I work at the Roosevelt Room in downtown Austin, Texas.
Roosevelt Room, if you're ever in town.
All right, so let's get on the news.
It's rich. Vanilla, spice, caramel, chocolate, little tobacco maybe.
Same goes for me, double.
Same but twice.
I'm definitely getting the vanilla.
And the richness. It's very very nice.
This to me is real German chocolate cake vibes. You smell something come out the oven and you think, wow, that's gonna be decadent. This is what that smells like.
It does kind of give me a creamy bakery type vibe. Coffee cake, yeah.
I could see that.
Definitely coffee cake that you get from HEB. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee cake.
Those little cupcakes.
You guys,
in the pink wrapping.
You guys ever been in the cigar room, the humidor at the liquor store?
No.
This is what.
Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They have it it's a sealed humidity controller. Yeah. You walk in
I think I'm getting some.
I get
some
that.
walnuts.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's ever so slightly musty. Yeah, the walnuts I think play into that.
Yes. I'm just very intimidated because he just came out the gates.
Bro, you came out so quick.
Sorry.
Chocolate, that spice.
No, it's rich. This smells really pleasant. It makes me want to drink it.
Yeah, this one keeps you keep getting more though every time you
Yes,
go
it
in
keeps
there,
evolving.
which is
Yeah, I was
always
gonna say
really
that.
nice.
Yeah.
But we've had some where it's like, oh my god, the nose just keeps giving, and then you get in there and it's the opposite.
And like before I taste this, I think a lot of that is being twice barreled. From what I understand, like a lot of your vanilla and kind of like your spice compounds, the stuff that like leaches off the barrel, a lot of that is in your first like year or so of aging. And so once you age past that, you don't really get any more of that. But by putting it in the new barrel twice,
Oh, you get it twice.
you're doubling up on that initial, infusion.
So I'm gonna go ahead and double down on the walnut coffee cake.
This is a taste, Woodford Reserve Double Oaked.
And so a little tip for you guys, one thing that we do a lot in professional tasting is you do 2 tastes. You do one to kind of coat your mouth with the liquid, but you're not really trying to get like a real sip. You're just kind of coating your mouth with the liquid, creating a base, and then you take your tasting sip. So I don't know if you want to.
So how would you approach
Yeah,
that?
do you want to lead the?
Yeah, I take a little sip. Rinse my mouth with it, kind of get it all up in there. But I'm not really looking for tasting notes. Now that my mouth is seasoned or like used to the whiskey, now I'll take a sip and I'll really like let it sit and like try to taste.
Gotcha. So it's like acclimating your mouth to the, to get ready for all that goodness that is bourbon. This is bourbon.
Hey, should we do it consecutively, like right after? Or...
Give yourself a little breathing room.
Okay.
Gotcha. I almost said herd.
Yeah. It's a little more tannic than I would like. A little more tannin is like that kind of bitter, astringent, like red wine feeling.
Okay.
More than I would have liked, more than I expected on the nose, but it's good. Like this reminds me of like 80% dark chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys get that? Where like you take a bite and it just dries out your mouth.
Dude, I feel that. Yeah, it's like sucking the moisture out of my mouth. You feel that?
Well, that movement you made, yeah, it's just like, yeah, I felt that.
I remember it being a lot smoother whenever I tried it the first time. There's some whiskeys you can like drink just like water.
Yeah.
How much is this? What's the proof
You
on
said
this?
42%?
45.
45.
That,
Okay.
considering, so 90 proof?
Yeah.
Considering that's 90 proof, that has like an insane amount of like flavor.
What I will say is the finish
This keeps going. Yeah, it's just evolving.
just keeps
long
going.
lasting finish. Yeah, I gotta say, like it was like a punch in the mouth, and I didn't really get much, but like I still liked it. You know what I mean?
Your professionalism got in my head.
But I will
I don't
say,
know if I sipped that correctly.
I will say the nose so far has not translated to the palate.
No,
it's not what I was
and
expecting.
it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's tasty. It's just I think the nose promised a lot that the palate didn't quite deliver. On the taste, all I get is big chocolate cake.
There's a note there I didn't get on the nose, and I don't like it.
You ever had dried dates or plums? Or like
That
apricot?
might be like dried fruit. And then you said initially like bitter and astringent. I think it's all that mixing together. That's what I'm getting.
I gotta say, it's not like the smoothest sip I've ever had, but I want to keep going back to it.
Yeah, because you feel like you can dissect it more and more just because like of how much flavor there is in there, even though you can't really tell.
I'll go back to the cigar. Like this is this is smoke in my mouth and it's probably bad for me, but I want to keep going back to it.
Yeah, I feel that. This was good. I finished it. I mean,
Yes.
and we're back with On the Rocks with Woodford Reserve Double Oaked.
This one we just go quickly.
Yeah,
like
Yeah, I'm gonna say I generally hate bourbon on the rocks. Like the smell of it.
Oh, this smells really good though.
Yeah.
This one smells kind of like. I think it brings out that cakey flavor a lot.
I don't know.
Let's go on.
Could be your ice. And it could be your frozen waffles, but I feel like I get.
Oh, actually, that's not
Waffles.
bad.
And honestly, in a good way, like maple syrup
Oh.
covered waffles, and now it's kind of just disappearing the colder it
Can you
gets.
stop with the friggin' fridge notes, the freezer notes,
Yeah, it's just you're just letting me think in this freezer, dude.
and HEB taquitos? And
Did you take a sip already?
yeah,
Yeah, I did.
It was for me it was creamy and sweet, and then a really heavy bitter flavor at the end. I
This
generally
is crazy.
oh shit! Now it's evolving into like a different note that I hadn't gotten before. Kind kind of like a almost bubblegummy.
It's like smooth, creamy, but bland, and then it starts to get better.
Smooth and creamy, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what I got. Yeah. I generally hate everything on the rocks. Mm-hmm. I like to drink my stuff neat. This is not that bad though.
I like on the rocks. There's some that surprise you. I still like Wild Turkey 101 on the rocks just because I feel like it loosens it up just the right amount. We live in Texas. It's hot.
Sure.
And sometimes I want bourbon during the day. I don't want to drink a warm glass of whiskey.
For me, it's neat or a cocktail. For me.
Gotcha. Yeah. So what's your like go-to bourbon aside from an old fashioned? Like you want a nice bourbon-y cocktail? What are you making?
Well, there's two things. One of them is actually not even bourbon. But so my favorite bourbon cocktail is probably a lion's tail. It is bourbon, lime, allspice, cinnamon, and Angus thorough bitters. It's kind of like if a whiskey sour tastes like an old fashioned. It's really good. The other one is a New Orleans cocktail called a Vieux Carré. That one's actually rye whiskey and cognac with vermouth and Benedictine. So kind of like a Manhattan.
Gotcha.
But like those are my two American whiskey drinks.
Gotcha.
What's your go-to spirit?
My go-to spirit is Scotch.
Scotch, nice.
Yep.
We haven't had a lot of Scotch, man.
We've had some blended Scotch whiskeys and then some single malt Scotch.
The only
whiskeys.
Scotch we've had is Monkey Shoulder.
Okay.
And we've had Black Label, which is just water. I don't know. Black Label is the most boring Scotch I've ever drank. Boring drink, but boring spirit, I feel.
I think Black Label is the thing I've drank the most of in my life.
Well, I could say the same. Yeah, I've drank a lot of Black Label, but it's just an easy Scotch. I feel.
And I mean, really, that's its appeal.
That, and I was about to get Ardbeg, but I didn't. And I read that it was going to be like a difficult thing to get into if I did.
I've got a special edition Ardbeg at home.
Oh, really? How is it?
Delicious.
Is that the Viking looking one?
Yeah. So, Mando, being somebody who works with like a lot of spirits, right?
Yeah.
And you haven't tried this one. What'd you think?
Right off the bat, I don't think this is like a beginner bourbon. I think the guy who just turned 21, 22 is trying to get into bourbon besides like Jack Daniels or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think this is your bottle just yet. I think it's a little heavy. But if you're a guy who likes bourbon, wants to try something a little bit different, buy it.
Okay, yeah.
I think well said, yeah.
I think that's pretty well said. I agree. This is definitely not like a Jack Daniels or like a Jameson. It's going to be a little bit more complex. I also think it's not like the smoothest thing I've ever tried, but still, it makes me want to come back for another sip.
Yeah, I most definitely would not recommend it to a beginner. I have to say, on the nose, it was probably one of my more favorite bourbons. That nose was just excellent, and it just kept evolving. And it might be from the double oaked process, where they put it in a cask a second time. They probably do that for like a few months, and that second time around.
I would imagine so, because you don't get a ton past the first couple of months.
Gotcha. So if that's what did that for the nose, I mean that was such a good nose. On the taste, yeah, like you said, big and chewy. That's like real accurate. But I mean, I still wouldn't mind having this in my collection.
I think it's perfect. Yeah, I think
like,
it's one that I could easily go back to.
I don't know if I can easily go back to it, but I know I'll get more the second go around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
So that's what I want. Yeah, definitely wouldn't recommend it to beginners. I enjoyed it all around. On the taste was a bit of a letdown, but I'm excited to go back to it.
I think this is a 3.9 out of 5 Bald Eagles.
All right, Mondo, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3.5 Screaming Eagles out of 5.
Nice.
I'll say 3.5 Bald Eagles as well.
Damn.
That's a good score.
That's a good score, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was about to give it a 4, actually.
I think you beefed it up because of the first time you tried it.
Dude, the first time I tried it, it blew my mind. I don't know what it was. Bringing our score to 3.63 out of 5 Bald Eagles.
Mondo, thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for putting us on your show.
You're welcome.
Mondo,
anytime.
Mondo, thank you for joining us. Also, drink responsibly and drink what you like.
And don't forget to like and subscribe and visit Mondo at the Roosevelt room. Bro, I can't say it.
Today,
Roosevelt
Junior.
Room in downtown
Roosevelt
Austin,
room.
Texas.
I still haven't gone. I've been meaning to go.
Have you not?
No, but
My
you know,
God.
I got the kids. It's difficult.
Yeah.
So I'll be visiting eventually.
Please do.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Let me take the
Cheers.
last sip.